is EVO Grand Finals 2023, the first year of Street Fighter 6, and winner Angry Bird would implement both Raw Drive Rush and Drive Rush Jab to apply pressure along with throw leaping in what would be the final round to win. It is now 2026, and all these aforementioned things are now more abundant than ever, making matches in the game feel repetitive, giving a sense of burnout and frustration from those who regularly play at a higher level or have more of an understanding of what is happening. It's winter 2025 and Marvel Rivals explodes onto the scene, with people throughout its first season finding Hawkeye and Hela to be incredibly valuable with firm positions in the meta. Triple support beginning to bud. It is now winter of the following year, and Hela has never truly fallen out of favor, along with Hawkeye having a re-emerging pick rate. Not to mention triple support not only becoming a popular team comp, but a dominant one, irking players that things never truly change no matter how much the game updates every season or every month. Okay, so with that being said, from here on out, I'm gonna try and speak more casual, less matter of fact. Let me be me, more so to speak. Uh, these games haven't going undergone any real substantial change. It's kind of unbelievable, but I think it's kind of easy to explain why they haven't undergone any real change. In Street Fighter 6's case, this game has a certain taste with it, on how it reached its popularity. The main thing being newcomers and like low ranked players love it. Not to shame you, if you're gritting it out in plat, it's all love. Same thing with rivals, right? It's a similar story where like less dedicated players or lesser ranked players. I'm talking gold or plat. None of the like GM isn't high elo, GM's GM. Anyways, they like make the bulk majority of the players. And now this isn't me saying like there hasn't been at least some form of attempt, as of writing this, there's an emergency patch for rivals that is coming out that will nerf Hela, Hawkeye, and Elsa, along with Gambit. But I don't really know how else to put it. The patch makes it seems like you're aware of the problem, but either you don't understand the problem or aren't interested in fixing it. Because the Hela and Elsa nerfs are of note, Hela's really good and she got weaker, and Elsa's nerf was really annoying. However, Gambit and Hawkeye are a different story because nerfing them is perfectly fine, right? But what you're nerfing's gotta make sense. Everybody's problem with Gambit was that his ult single-handedly turns or outright wins fights, and that is what people have been most vocal about wanting to see change. Now, I'm not trying to downplay him or say his kit overall wasn't overtuned and needed to be reeled back a little, but nerfing him until he eventually becomes an ult merchant because that's what's like been left untouched is something no one wants to see. All right, with Hawkeye making it so the one shot headshot is all he's really got, and nerfing all the other aspects of him is insane because that is the one thing, the one singular thing people don't like about him, rather over everything else. So it's kind of like, man, you don't really get it. Now, Street Fighter 6 is a little bit of a different story. They have tried to cheat the system a little, if that makes sense. Everyone's problem with the game boils down to system mechanics and how much they influence the game. And there's been changes, such as the addition of imperfect parries and the nerf to tap parry, causing the amount of perfect parries to drop. Along with the change of teching throws to decentivize throw loops, and these things don't really change a whole lot. Street Fighter 6 also though, in another, unique case is in a weird spot where not only is it wildly popular, it also watched another wildly popular game implode, doing drastic changes. Now, a big reason why I was interested in like making this video or talking about this is because I was watching Max Dude, and he said something very interesting.
How do you fix something that people like without already messing it up? It's true. Like this is, I don't have answers for this stuff. This is the hard thing to do. to be real, chat, I don't think they need to worry about that shit. I really don't. I don't think the gameplay formula is the thing. Like, I'm just speaking for Capcom's perspective. Bro, you can change the high level. People will not notice. I need to go by my own advice and what we have witnessed happen through a variety of games. If you changed a whole bunch of gameplay shit and then put Wolverine in the game or some shit and put like Scorpion, I don't know. Like, let's just say some wild ass guest characters or some crazy, you bring back Makoto. Characters that are beloved and shit. People won't give a fuck. It will sell ridiculously well.
And now I don't want to parrot everything you said, but I do wholeheartedly agree, you know, and this is where the Street Fighter 6 portion comes to an end, alright? Street Fighter 6, you know, drop like 15 costumes, drop Makoto, add a bunch of like new challenger images and sounds and whatnot and backgrounds. And, you know, I think a majority of the player base will not notice most of the wholesale changes. But while he was saying this, a thought came to my mind, and it was Marvel Rivals, and like, it's in a similar position, and it could do the exact same thing. Since Overwatch removing the 2 and adding 5 heroes at launch with 5 more to come out throughout the year, on top of a Sanrio collab, a lot of Rivals players were talking about how will they respond. Now they gotta start trying all these, etc. And I had a very smug or prickish thought. I don't want to be condescending to those saying this. I'm not dumb, okay? Or at least I'm not that dumb. Competition brings out the best. And if this game goes uncontested, then efforts can coast. That aside, the thought I had was, they could just like drop Cyclops and call it a day, right? Like, that's all they gotta do, you know? All these hopeful sentiments of meaningful change and balancing, you know, trying to make the game healthier. Why do that when they could add Cyclops, Armor, Jubilee, you know, any combination of X-Men with Cyclops, you know, as the headliner? You know, because it's still season 6. And we still, like, gotta get our Hellfire Gala thing or whatever. And now I do think that they're very clearly scared of changing things. I think season 2 was a scarring experience. A good old support strike, even if it was a joke. An entire section of your player base threatening to leave is not a situation you really want to find yourself in as a developer, right? Now I want to say, you can think lesser of me for this. I'm fine. I like to think myself as someone who knows something about something. I'm fine with being mid, as one can be, except in Street Fighter. I'm going to change that. But I don't think supports were quite equipped to handle the dive meta in Season 2, you know? Because for context, the Immortal Iron Fist was at his strongest. Cap never died. Prime Psylocke with that fuck ass team up. You know, with that said, given the strength of supports now, I think if a dive season did come back around, I think the game, I guess, is overall better suited for it to happen. But going back to that Max clip,
Characters that are beloved and shit. People won't give a fuck. It will sell ridiculously well.
it gave me a different perspective. Because, you know, I want to be on the Shay Frillis, why talk about something you hate when you can explain why you love something, you know? The Max dude, I'm just talking about things I love. I want to be on that kind of wavelength. And his clip gave me a different perspective, which was, why does it have to be a cover up for the game's current state? And I'm talking about Cyclops. Does it have to be an inherently negative thing? As he said, they won't notice. So why can't it be a positive thing? And now I'm on the good ending type beat thinking with the rest of the timeline, you know? And what if like Cyclops and whatever extras they drop, they are just used as a Trojan horse, right? To shake up a bunch of things and then like further tweak. Cause let's be real, man. There are people that will look you straight in the eyes and tell you Moon Knight should be banned over Phoenix, you know, I've witnessed lower ranks ban Squirrel regularly and Spider-Man. They are already in a different game than the rest of us, right? Get weirder. Lower damage by whatever amount, or percentage, and then lower healing by that amount, like times 1.05 or something. Get rid of double bans. Destroy triple support by adding like a crippling ult charge as passive. Maybe change how team ups work. New maps. Or add or switch up the map pools because oh my god. Please put Shin Shibuya back in instead of Central Park. I am begging. But yeah, this like little mini countdown for Alex and that promised balance patch Lumen for Street Fighter next month and the new life that has been breathed into Overwatch and the anticipated support from Marvel Rivals. These is just like where I stand and my thoughts on it and what I wanted to share. Okay, main video over. Rambling outro. Enjoy my ape escape gif. I don't know what's next. I don't. I want to talk about Street Fighter, but like, man, I gotta be in the mood. I also, even if I say all this, I don't actually believe like meaningful changes are coming in the Alex balance patch. Maybe I'll do a quickie about Alex, but yeah. And then with Rivals, I think Rivals does have to try a little more. However, what does trying look like to them? It'll be very interesting to see. I am excited for Black Cat, and White Fox's leaked playstyle also sounds interesting. So I guess I'll be here next month at the least. So thank you, thank you, thank you. If you watched a minute, 5 minutes, clicked on, clicked off, the whole thing, I'm very appreciative. And until next time.